Hi everyone and welcome back to Disc Golf Valley Tips and Tricks, and today we're going to do a 3-star run on Kaho Park. Actually, we're going to go through it twice. What happened was I recorded my 3-star run before I actually upgraded my bag, and then did the recording of the practice run of Kaho Park. So we ended up doing the practice run with discs that I didn't have when I recorded the 3-star run the first time. So we'll take you through it twice using the discs I used to have in my bag and then with the discs that I swapped it out for the practice run. Let's get started. All right, hole number 1. I usually go for a distance driver with a roll attribute here, and this drive is more than enough disc for this hole. Often goes beyond the basket, so if you happen to have that strive, it's just a wonderful disc for this hole. And there we go with our first birdie to get us started. And if you haven't had a chance, we did record a nice practice run of this course and showed you all of the different ways that you can get eagles and albatross on this hole. Looks like I'm going for the albatross through the shortcut across the hill. And let's see how we do. It's coming in real nice. Shouldn't be a problem. You have to have the distance driver with the roll attribute to pull this off, the roll across the hill. And so if you've got a roll disc in your bag, a distance driver with a roll attribute, you should give this a try. It's a lot of fun to just roll over that hill and get an albatross to start you down the road for this 3 stars on this course. All right, this hole number 3, you have to kind of be careful not to get caught into a bunker. There's a bunker on each side leading up to the hole here, so you just kind of have a narrow pathway in between. Usually that roll disc, you can kind of slam up against that bank, and as long as you're in the green, you're okay. You don't lose a point for being in the bunker. This is an interesting hole. If you go out of bounds on your drive, they're going to bring you right back to the tee. Don't gain any distance at all, so that can be a little bit frustrating. But a distance driver with a big skip attribute is what you're looking for on this hole. It usually brings you right up to the fence. When you're first learning, you might go over the fence a couple of times, but you usually figure it out, and then you have to skip over from this section over to the narrow section where the basket is. You have to be sure to get in, but not slide out. Oh, looks like we got this. Nice. An eagle on hole number 4. That's great. That doesn't always happen. All right, the next hole, I usually go for a musket. This flow disc acts as a good substitute for a musket. Flies about the same as a musket with a roll attribute. Flies and lands and sticks. This brings us around so you got a clear shot at the basket, which I prefer. I think it's the best methodology for this hole number 5. Don't like being caught behind a bush. So we're doing pretty good. This one here is also a possible eagle. I can't remember if I got it. Let's give it a try. A nice distance driver is what you're looking for, but you'll want to spend some time practicing this with your distance driver, because every distance driver is going to go a little bit differently. This left us a little ways back. Let's see if we got this. I kind of think I missed it. I'm remembering. This is a couple of weeks ago I recorded this. Oh, we went in. Nice. Another eagle. Again, with a little practice, you can often get an eagle on this hole, and you can see that getting your 3 stars shouldn't be a problem. Uh-oh. Here we go, in the bunker, which is considered out of bounds, which gives you a point off. So it's good we have some of those eagles in our back pocket going for our 3 stars here. Looks like I'm going for the skip disc. And it's a good idea because what can happen if you use a roll disc here, you can get caught in this bunker as well. If I get this, I think it's still a birdie. Yeah. So I think we're still in good shape. When you're going for your 3 stars the first time, these last 2 holes can be kind of a challenge. You can end up losing it all on these last 2 holes. So spend some time practicing these. Learn how to get inside this little boundary where the basket is located. And it can actually be kind of tricky coming back, even though it's only 30 meters. It can be tricky. Yes, you can miss the basket, hit the rim, and lose a point. So this is in for par. But I think we're going to be okay. We're minus 11 now. Oh yeah. The reason why this one is tricky and you should spend some time practicing it is because of the triple mando. You have to get your disc through that gate. The recoil disc here, the big skip recoil, is a perfect disc for this particular hole. Some people still have this recoil in their bag after 5 or 6 years of playing, and one of the reasons is because of this hole. It is the perfect disc for this hole. Gets you through real easy and skips you right up to the basket. All right, that's it. Minus 12. I think all you needed was a minus 9 on this course, so we should be able to get our 3 stars and disc rewards. What do we pick up here? An XXX, a Saint Pro, and a Havoc. I remember using the Havoc when I first started and finally got it on this course. I used that Havoc a lot, I believe. All right, so there we go for doing the course with the discs that I used to have in the bag, but the Strive pack is no longer available in the Pro Shop. So I picked up a Ballista in the Pro Shop and swapped it out with the Strive roll disc so that I would be working with discs that people had access to. So I think what I'll do is now record going through the course again with the discs that I currently have in the bag. I noticed when I made this swap to the Ballista Pro from the Strive roll disc that it does not make it quite as far down this fairway. However, with this wind, we should be okay. What I do here, I don't know if I mentioned it the first time we went through, is I usually bring my pointer down to minimize the effect of the wind. This particular disc is a windbreak disc, and so that does help us in these strong winds. Kind of minimizes the effect of the wind as well. So there are a lot of pluses to this Ballista Pro disc roll windbreak, and I do like it, even though it doesn't go quite as far as the Strive. All right, hole number 2. I think we'll try the roll, cut across the hill again. What I usually do is put my pointer down just below this tree here and rest it down where you see the color of the grass changes there. That's usually a good place to put your pointer. And then as I make the roller, I put it out about this high here, and hold my breath, release, and hope for the best. If you do hit a tree here, you are going to end up with probably either just a birdie or a par or worse. So you don't want to do that. Fortunately, when you're going for just your 3 stars, you're not competing or in multiplayer or anything. You're only on hole number 2, so it's easy to restart the game. You're only on hole number 2. It doesn't take long to come back and try again. And so if you don't make it over the hill the first time, just reset the game, restart it, get that first hole under your belt, and come back and try the roll across the hill again. Because it's always nice to start out your 3-star run with this albatross. Oh, a nice forewind. However, I have found that this windbreak Ballista really does nice in the wind and is just a perfect distance for this hole. Now, with a 4-speed wind, I'm going to try and hedge my bets a little bit by going over and slamming into that bank. Well, that wind is really taking it. Fortunately, it didn't go out of bounds. All right, this is going to be a tricky shot. Let's bring our pointer down to below the rim, the bottom rim of the basket. What we need to do is try and go around this bush. Let's see, a forewind. We might even bring this down just a little bit lower. That disc is going to rise up. I think I'm going to bring it over a little bit more and put just a little bit more of a hyzer on that. 32 meters. Probably don't need to do much more than that. And will we get it? No. Wow. Now we go down into the bunker. So we're really losing our albatross points this time. Might have been better just to lay up. So how are we doing? Well, right now we're even for what we need for the 3 stars, so I think we can keep going. As you're going for your 3-star run, you have to kind of make decisions at some point whether you want to keep on going and hope for the best or just start over again. There's lots of opportunities, as we saw a minute ago, for getting eagles here, so I think we're going to be fine, even with that bad 3rd hole. Looks like we put the Rive skip disc distance driver back in the bag. How's our... And it flies about the same as the disc we were using earlier in our last run. 60. This fuse has a tendency to turn a little bit to the right, so over this distance I'm going to try about there, but pull straight down. But we don't want to pull down all the way. For 60 meters, you want something more like coming down to the 2nd line. No. Could have been down a little bit more, and it just didn't turn at all. Sometimes it doesn't. But we still get our birdie. And let's see. I think the flow disc again. Comes in nice. All right, 3 wind. You have to be careful on these winds that are going left to right, because you can end up in the lake pretty easy. If you're not careful. I think we're going to be okay here. Ooh, not go over. Whew. That almost went over the fence. That helps us out a little bit to get that eagle. Let's see if we can pick one up here too. Stay out of that bunker. Ah, wouldn't you know it? Wind at our back, we can probably get away with the flow disc, although we don't want to end up in that bunker. I think we'll be okay. Whew, 13 meters. I'm having second thoughts as to how much that's going to move. Whew, glad I made that adjustment at the end there. All right, we'll go for our Explorer here. I seem to have the best results with that. "27 meters from this angle." I usually put just a little bit more on it than usual. Not much, but a little bit more. All right, last hole. Oh, yes, this one. In a nasty wind. We could lose it on this one right here. Oh, I think we're going to be okay. Good. If you've got that recoil, you'll do well on this hole. All right, so in order to get the 3 stars, I think you need a 9. We got a 10. So even with those discs in our bag, we did all right. All right, well, that does it for our 3-star run on Kaho Park. Hope you were able to pick up a few pointers there, a few tips to help you on your way to your 3 stars. And we'll see you next time here at Disc Golf Valley Tips and Tricks. So long for today.